My friends, Glenda Mollet here. Welcome to my craft room. All right, so let me head over to Facebook and get it going over there. Well, it says I'm live, so let's see if I am. Oh, how in the world are you? Are you good today? Today's a good day. It's a Tuesday. A good day. Ooh, and I'm live, and I can see that I'm live. Woohoo! All right. Hello, Mary. Pardon me. Gravelly voice today. Weird. Who knows why that happens? Anyways, I have a really cool card for you tonight. It was part of a class I took with Stamping Up on the Brushed with Beauty suite. Hi, Alice, Connie, Diane. Yes, and I'm live in my VIP group tonight because it's kind of a technique. It's a really pretty card. And I just realized that I didn't glue it down all the way. You know how my life goes when I do auditions and stuff and I don't glue it all back together. Oh, Connie, well, you know, it's another day. One more day to go. Hi, Janet. Hi, Norma. Got one more day to go, and then that sucker gets ripped out. Thank the Lord. I tell you, I'm done. I'm so done. It's enough. But I'm not letting that define me. I did my walk today. I did, in the sunshine. We had snow this morning. We had snow in so Port Alberni, you got to come down 2 mountain passes to get into Port Alberni. Both of them had snow today. The one pass leading to Nanaimo out of town apparently was the pits. I don't know. I stayed home. I didn't have to go anywhere other than my walk. So it was a lovely day. I got a thing crossed off of my to-do list that has been on there for 6 weeks. Yay me! I finally had the bandwidth is what they call brain power these days to create my roomie gifts for Long Beach. So those are done. Cross that off my list. Next is to create some cards. We'll see if it happens tomorrow. My day tomorrow is kind of packed. Oh, Connie says they got snow too, about 3 inches on valley roads and will freeze tonight, and mountains are expected to get 5 feet. Oh my God. Watch out, Nevada. Woo, that's a lot of snow. Yeah, I think we got like this much, but the snow we get is sloppy, slushy. They call it snotty snow, and it's not nice to drive in. So I'm kind of worried about our son who comes back and forth to Nanaimo every day. But hopefully by the time he came through the pass, all was good. Ah, yes, Alice had snow too. Yeah, it was just snowing in the air, but melting in the ground here in town. So we were good. Hi, Barb. Okay, enough chitter chatter. Hi, Dimity. Welcome. Dimity's in the middle of summer over there in Australia. So here's the card. Let's wait till my phone catches up. There you go. So it uses the Words of Beauty and Petals of Beauty bundle. And I'll let you see the side version. So this whole front is popped up. So you can see that I die cut the leaf out twice and then left it in there along with the cardstock pieces. So I will show you how to do that and get that popped up on dimensionals without a lot of little itty bitty teeny tiny dimensional pieces. Diane says in the midst of a blizzard could get up to 35 centimeters. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ah, hi, Susan. Yes, I will keep my weather. Susan, I got your order in today. I think it was dies you ordered. So I will drop them off at your house tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow around between 11:30 and 12, if that's okay with you. I really didn't feel like going out today, so I did not. Tomorrow's good. All right, so I will be using Mossy Meadow and Early Espresso, the dark Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blends. Now, if you look real close at those the leaf dies, do you see that? And how they're colored and they have the markings on them. So you die cut them out of vellum, then you run them through the Beautiful Patterns embossing folder, and then you take your dark Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blends and go over top of it. And because there's embossing on it, it catches on the embossing and makes those lines really dark. Mary says it's cold, windy, and rainy in Vegas. Wow. I hope it's not freezing in Long Beach when I get there. I just did a simple set of leaves on the inside and one on the envelope. And we will be using the Petals of Beauty stamp set and dies like we did last night. And the Words of Beauty stamp set and dies. This one for the sentiment. And then finishing it. Oh, there's the Beautiful Pattern embossing folder and finishing it off with Pearls of Beauty. So I've started storing my embossing folders with an embossed piece of cardstock on the inside, because then if I want to know what it's going to look like before I actually do it, I've got that. Another one of my little organizational tips. You can grab them on the 28th. Oh, I don't mind dropping them off. I gotta go almost by your house anyway, Susan. If that's okay. If you really don't want me to drop them off, just let me know. Okay, Very Vanilla 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 and folded in half. 5 1/4 by 4 for the inside. 4 by 5 for the front. And a piece that is 1 by 4 to do the sentiment. The designer paper. Oh, look, I cut it wrong. Oh, we might be putting the card this way. The designer paper is brushed with beauty and it's 5.5 by 4 1/4. Do you think we could do this card sideways? I don't see why not. Vellum 4 by 3.5. And we're going to die cut 2 of those. And then this is crumb cake and is 3/4 by 5.5. I don't see why we couldn't turn the card this way. It might look okay. We could give it a try, right? Okay, I need to stamp that. That's okay. I need to die cut those. That I need to stamp and die cut. That's okay. This is inside. Put it with the envelope. This is the front. Okay. Let's first deal with the vellum. I need to take the die cut. Not that one. The leaf one. Change the orientation of the one set of leaves. It could work wonderfully. So I'm going to die cut 2 of these out of the vellum. And you have to die cut before you emboss, otherwise you will flatten your embossing. One. We'll just pop this out of there. So when you are taking a die cut out, if you start, look at your die cut and see which way the stems flow. So these are flowing this way. So if you start at the top of where those stems are and kind of pull it in the direction the stems are going, Sorry, vellum tends to stick in the die. So I always start from the top and pull this way in the way that the stems are going. That way you're not going against the grain, and there's a less of a chance that you're going to rip your die cut by doing it that way. And then just gently encourage it to come out of the die. So there's one. We'll do another one. Do another one. Oops, it moved. Hang on. There we go. I was so excited when I got those Ruby gifts done today because I had no idea what I was doing. I knew it wanted to be something 3D-ish. So I was looking in a box where I have a whole bunch of 3D items from the past, and I found a really cool thing that I did for a craft fair a few years ago, and I had just enough of them left to give one to each of the important people that I'm traveling with. There we go. So I took off all the old decorations, updated the designer paper, did a whole bunch of custom stuff, and voila, we have perfect roomy gifts. Okay, so now we're going to put these into the embossing folder, and we're going to run them through. And this embossing folder, there's no rhyme nor reason of where you put them. Okay. We'll just run that through. Like that. Switch my machine back. These out. Take those out. Now, to get them green, all you do is take your dark mossy meadow, and I'm using the brush end, the end that I don't usually use, and you just go over top of it like this. But do it on some scrap paper because you will get, it will go onto your background there. And you can see how it's catching on all of those marks from the embossing folder and makes them a little bit darker. Usually when we're coloring on vellum, we do it on the back side. But because you want to have the texture colored, you do it on the front side of this one. So has anybody ever done this technique before? Did anybody do this class? It was the Brushed with Beauty class. And there's another one coming on Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. And that one is lovely arrangements, I think. I don't quite know whether I'll be able to fit it into my day on Thursday because Thursday's a little crazy. It's a crazy yoo-hoo day. All depends on how long my surgery thing happens. So there we go. You see that? Isn't that cool? No to the technique and no to the class. It is a cool technique. I agree, Mary. So what other embossing folders could you think of to use on leaves to do this technique? You could also do it with flowers. And I'm doing this now so that they have a chance to, the ink has a chance to dry before I want to put it onto my card. Because it is on vellum, and sometimes vellum takes a while to dry. Although these are alcohol based, so that's pretty quick in the drying part. And left. And I'm using the brush end because you may just destroy your brush tip because of the texture that's on those leaves. There we go. There's the second one. Okay, put that over there. Get my silicone mat out because I'm going to have to put some adhesive on these. Now, because we've colored this and added texture to it, by the time we put the Wink of Stella, or sorry, Tombow glue on them and let it dry, you won't be able to see the Tombow glue in behind it at all. There's one. There's two. There we go. Let the glue dry on those. Hi, Wendy. Diana, techniques are always fun. Always fun. A lot of them are inky, which is okay. Okay, so this is the 5 by 4 inch piece. And I'm going to cut this die out twice this way. So let me see, will it work? Let's see what else we could do. Maybe we'll do it this way. Because remember, I'm going to want to put it hot dog oriented. The exposed brick might work, Mary. That would be fun to try. Alice, if you use ink and a blending brush, you may get a similar result, but it will take longer to dry because the ink is water-based. Hang on, my die is moving a little bit. And I don't know. You would have to give it a try and let us know. Okay, so we have one die cut. Now we're going to take that out of there. I'm going to use the brush just to get rid of all those pieces. We don't need these. We do need this. So once again, I'm starting at the top of the stem and pulling towards the way that the leaves are going. And we'll put this one right here. Ugh. There we are. Okay. Don't need those. Get rid of those in a sec. We need this. You need this. Out. Out. There we are. So we're done with that die. Now comes the tricky part. Because you want to put these back in here like this. But you don't want to spend a whole bunch of time doing itty bitty teeny tiny pieces of dimensionals for these. So if you take that and I'm going to grab some Post-it flags here because they work really well, and just go attach like that to hold them in place. If you've got washi tape or something, that works too. This is just what I have handy. Okay, so now that's held in place. Turn it over, and now we're going to add dimensionals. Now, I don't have full things because I'm using up edges. So we're just going to cut a whole bunch of edges. And when you put them on, you want to put them over top of where that die cut intersects with the base that you're trying to keep it attached to. So I'm starting by putting them like in the middle to hold things together. I'll hold it up in a sec so you can see what I'm doing here. And this is going to hold the die cut in place when we remove those Post-it flags. I'm not done yet, but that's going to hold them in place. You see where I've put them all at the intersections there? Now, if I remove these, I'm not finished putting them on yet, but they will hold that in place. Now we're just going to keep going with that and just keep putting them at the end of each of these leaves to hold that part in place. And this one, I'll just do it so it holds both of them in place. So does anybody else watch MasterChef Australia? I do believe you can see it on CTV. I'm almost at the end of season 16, and the current one is 18. I really like it. I don't know why I like those cooking reality shows. It's really interesting. We can make out of different stuff. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I think there's only 5 left now, 5 people left. I like all the Master Chefs, but Australia is my favorite for some reason. Okay, so now I've got both of them pretty well attached with dimensionals. Well, except for the pieces that don't belong there. So now I'm going to take these little ones and just put them on here. And I want to add some big dimensionals, but I have to do a new package, so we'll just go in with the edges of the big ones. And you want to make sure that you do this enough that you don't have cave-in sagging. Nothing worse than a sagging card. So I'm going around the outside now. Hello, are you guys out there? You're awfully quiet. Are you enthralled with what I'm doing, or have you got me turned off? Which is fine. Does not matter. If you are watching me live, I would appreciate it if you would hit those emojis. If you're catching the replay, also hit those emojis. And if you're on YouTube, then please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. All right, so this is going to go on here like this, but we're going to put this. No, I'm not going to put it on first because we have to deal with the sentiment. And I'm going to have to cut that sentiment. Okay, so now. Oh, there's Janet. Hello. Thank you. Yes, it's a good technique. It uses a whole bunch of dimensionals, though. Did anybody count how many dimensionals I put on? Now we have to wait for like a half an hour while I take all the liners off of them. But somebody said to me during one of the Stampin' Up! Classes that I was watching, they said, you don't really have to take all the dimensional liners off, because who's going to know that you didn't take them all off? Well, I'm going to know. I will know. And I've still got those Post-it flags on there holding everything together too, just so that it stays in place until I get it onto the card front. How many dimensionals? Should we count them? Anybody count them? Okay. And if you miss one or two, it's not a big deal. That one's not shiny, so I know that one's still got a lid on it. Okay, let's see. Ah! Missed that one. Oops. That's an edge. That one definitely has to have the lid off of it. Apparently I didn't do that edge at all. Okay, pretty good to go. Now I see this one here might show, so let me see if I can just lift it and move it a little bit. Just so it doesn't show when I put it on there. That's better. Okay, now comes the hard part, getting this centered. There we go. Now if I remove these, see, everything is in place and is held in place. Middle at the top have lids on. Uh-oh. Oh, I seem to have gotten them all off. Here we go. So there's the front. Lots is right. I didn't count them. I just put them on. So now when I'm ready, this will go on here. And this piece of, this way up. Piece of designer paper is the same size as my card front. So let's stamp the sentiment. So we're going to put it on here so that it's that size. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4. Actually cut it to 4 5/8 because then I can snip off the extra long piece, but I wanted to know how big to make it or where to stamp the sentiment on there. I'm going to grab my early espresso. Might be the bottom now. Yeah, could be anywhere. So just in because, oh, I forgot to get the ... dots. Let me grab the dots. I have to go get a block. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay. We're going to stamp in early espresso. And right about there. Just because. Oh, poor Milo. He must be feeling better. That's awesome. Alice says he's in super love mode. Just because. ... There we go. Now, this one, I'm going to stamp in the Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow. Whoops. I hate it when my mouse does funky things and then my screen changes. It's your birthday. And that's not on there straight. Stamp that right in the middle. And grab the die. I'm going to cut that out. My Y is not exactly stamped good, but that's okay. Don't tell anybody. Just use these because I have them here. I'm going to die cut that. So if you are watching on Facebook and you have not followed my Facebook page yet, I would appreciate it if you would. I'm trying to increase my numbers over there a little bit. Okay. So this is going to go flat on here like that. So we will put some adhesive on there. I can go almost to the very end. This is now, let me see. Yep. I'm just making sure my pattern was in the right direction. This is working out okay. Oh, wait. Almost forgot to put the leaves on. That will never do. We'll put a leaf there. And we'll put the other leaf here. Yep. Now we can put this on. Just because. ... Okay, let's get this straightish too while we're at it. Yep. Just trim off this little bit of excess here. Hi, Val. It's okay. We're almost done, but you can watch the replay. Get this onto my card base. Because it's exactly the same size, I'm going to stand it up. That way I can get it on there correctly. And then it's your birthday, like that. So I'm going to put some dimensionals along the bottom. We're back to using these itty bitty pieces again. I only want to put them along the bottom. There we are. And it's going to go half on and half off. Nope, not there. I want it over a bit more. There, that's better. Here we go. What do you think? It worked out sideways, didn't it? Bling. Oh, Wink of Stella. Yes, Wink of Stella. Let's just make this really blingy. There we go. Now we get out the pearls of a beauty. Let's put a whole bunch of them on here. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, one more. One more. Up there. Oh. Oh, thanks, Norma. Connie. Oh, you guys are so nice. Mary. Alice. Yes, Valerie, I got your number, girl. I got your number. Okay, so now we'll just stamp the inside and the envelope. It's a good thing I didn't stamp my inside before we decided what orientation to do. Hi, Barb. Yes, give it a try. There's lots of die cuts that will work with this. So I would love to, oops. So did you see my stamp fell right off there? That's because the stamp and or the block is dirty. So I'm just going to grab my rubbing alcohol and a piece of paper towel. Move my ink out of the way. Clean the block. You may think your blocks are clean, but they may not be clean. And if you have any oils on your blocks, that'll stop the stamps from sticking. Like oils off of your hands and stuff, and on the back of your stamps too. So clean the back of your stamps as well as your blocks. And then just pick that up and see that's not coming off. That's gerstucken. It is gerstucken. Okay. Leaf, and I want to do second generation stamping. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go. Envelope P. 1, 2, 3. I like the dark ones. You can get 3 stampings out of them. Oh, and then look what I did. I said, oh, it's a good thing I didn't stamp it ahead of time because, you know, it's the wrong orientation. And then I did it. So, oh, I lost my eraser. I'll just erase that X. And I'll stamp it again. Oh, some days the bandwidth is just not there. Are you guys laughing at me? Sitting there going, oh my God, woman. What in the world were you thinking? So this is last of the oh, Lord love a duck. Yes, I did. I did do it wrong. So we're gonna oh my God. Susan, is that a no because I did it wrong again? If you do that, just be careful because the ink on this silicone mat will not dry. Just saying. Okay, we're faking it. I know. Some days. There we go. We got it in there. It looks fine. Got one way, one the other way. Hi, Nicole. Glad you could make it. Of course, I'm done now. I'm just going to wipe the ink off of here because it will not dry because this is silicone and water-based does not dry on silicone. So there we go. Despite the mess ups, we had a good laugh over things tonight. Oh yeah. Alice says it's lovely no matter how we got there. Thanks, Nicole. Yes, you know how things go. There you go. So who's going to give this a try? I would love to see your cards in Share It Saturday. Do this technique, take a picture, stick it in Share It Saturday, which is pinned to the top of my VIP group under featured. And we can all see your gorgeous creations. I don't think I have anything else for you. Hang on, I need to take a drink. There we go. Hey. Craft room, what's a craft room? Oh, Val, yes. Oh, girl, you'll get there. No mess ups, just opportunities for creativity. That's right, Mary. I don't usually stamp on the right-hand side of the stuff that I'm got on the inside, but you know. Oh, Susan's making grad cards. Woohoo. Made lemonade a few times on this card. Yeah, if only when I wasn't allergic to lemonade, I would enjoy it. Oh my gosh, some days, people, some days. But you know, we all get through. It's only a card. I keep telling people it's not life-threatening. It's only a card. And if you don't do it right, it's not right and wrong. It's original and different because there's no right and wrong in a card. As long as you make a card and have fun making it, you're good to go. That's the best part of the whole thing. Oh, Valerie, that's awesome. Val says that her and Dave are getting there. They've been out for a few walks up the street. Diana's going to try this. Uh-oh, I have a sneeze coming. Yep, I managed to waddle my way around the dead people. So instead of going 5 kilometers a day in 45 minutes, I'm doing 3 kilometers a day in an hour. I'm still getting out there. I'm still doing my walk. The DSP is the brushed with beauty paper, Diana. It's that Darling Duckling one that really doesn't get a lot. Oh, you can't see it. It doesn't get a lot of love. because it's kind of a weird pattern. But there it is in the background there. But you could use anything. Oh, thanks, Barb. You have a wonderful evening too. You're welcome, Susan, and I will drop your dies off tomorrow after Sunshine Club. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I will be back tomorrow night. I just realized this is Tuesday and I put it only in my VIP group. I didn't do it in my... Yep. Tomorrow night, I have a card using the Lovely Arrangements bundle. So because I did this one just in the VIP group, I will do it. I'll do tomorrow night's card on my Facebook page. It's nothing special. It's not a fun fold or anything, so that's okay. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific time for another card. Stampin' Smiles. Bye.